Hi Pisces, welcome to your reading. So this is going to be a general spread for the month of March. Happy birthday. I hope you guys are having a fantastic end of February, beginning of March. It's been intense. What can I say? Hopefully you guys are doing fantastic though. I just want to say thank you for all of the love and support over the years. It's been a wild year so far. And I think it's just going to get more and more interesting, especially this month. I feel like a lot of volatility. And this is good. I feel like it doesn't necessarily need to be bad. It can like be good things happen quite quickly as well. Let's get some cards. Let's see what the cards have to offer. Messages for the sign of Pisces for March. Messages for Pisces for March. Here we go. 9 of Wands. Crossed by the Hermit. Who else got this? I think Taurus got a kind of a frustrated Hermit type of energy as well. The Moon in the position of the subconscious. Chariot in the past. Interesting. Page of Pentacles. 10 of Swords. I mean, these are big ending cards. This is a little bit of frustrating energy, but it opens the door. Let's see the outcome to the Judgment. Wow, bottom of the deck, Page of Swords. All right, so looking at your spread, this is a little bit frustrating, I feel, and this might be why you're coming to this reading. I feel like there's been a lot of inward work, and it's like there's no avoiding it. I feel like there's needed to be a lot of inward work. 9 of Wands, so it's still in this feeling of like, I don't want to do it anymore. Like, I'm at the point where I'm feeling stuck and I'm trapped. And and that's the crossed energy of the Hermit though. That's it's almost like, well, what am I here? What am I looking for? What's the purpose of this is what it feels like to me. And I feel like there is this it's almost like a magnifying glass on something in your life that needs to change, and you're kind of being forced to look at it, and I feel almost like an avoidance of it. So it's almost like maybe you have like a story, maybe it brings up a little bit of pain, maybe it brings up, the full spectrum of experience, and maybe it hurts some people if you tell the story. There's something like this where it's like, but that's the beautifulness, the juiciness of my life. There's a lot of healing and potential that could come out of writing the story. I mean, this is just one example. You don't have to write your story, but that's kind of what it feels like to me. And I'm seeing like a lot of reflection about, you have the Page of Pentacles. So the Chariot in the past wanting to move forward, but it's like, how? And that's where the crossed energy comes in, the stuck energy. And the only way out is in, says the Moon. The only way out of it is inward. Frustrating. As a reader reading this for you guys, a lot of us are going through this. I mean, look at the world. It's becoming very, very contracted. It's everything's kind of on the edge of change. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Is it going to implode? Is it going to, is there going to be peace? There's so many potentials here right now. And I don't want to say there's no reason to worry, but I do feel like there's an end to the confusion coming. It's not a pleasant experience. It's almost like a complete surrender, which can be cathartic in and of itself. But at the same time, I do feel like it opens doors to clarity in your life. You go from the 10 of Swords to the Queen of Swords. I mean, this is the real intense frustration feeling. It's almost like betrayed by the universe is what it feels like to me. I mean, you could be betrayed by somebody, but this is an energy. I feel like just betrayed and frustrated, like almost like, why am I here? Why am I here if it's without something? So maybe it's like without a partnership or without fulfilling work. There's something here that I feel like you're focusing on. And it's almost like, why am I here if I'm not going to experience this beautiful energy? And I feel like there's something here in this month as you're kind of closing out this birthday cycle, 10 of Wands, you're letting it go. And Judgment, it's almost like I dropped a weight off of my shoulder and I feel light again. I feel like I can breathe again. And it doesn't necessarily, this can show up, it could be talking in metaphors, but it could show up in ways that are surprising, I feel. It could show up in spiritual ways. It could show up in actualized ways. I mean, this is the Judgment card always points me to Easter. I feel like there's something going on around Easter. I feel like for the collective, I've been feeling this for a long time. I haven't really vocalized this to any other sign, but I do a lot of like my own personal prediction because I'm always very curious. I read a lot and what's going on. Usually it's the inverse of what I read, you know, so I can understand why it's a very confusing time and why people are feeling this. I mean, it's true frustration because it takes this inward knowing to see the actual truth, to go inward, to open the third eye, to go inward, to open these portals. I mean, this is possible within the human psyche and the human experience. We are way more than this, just these flesh bodies. And I feel like slowly and slowly, as we enter into kind of this new age, I mean, this is like the getting lighter. Things are getting more transparent. These even look like kind of like ghosts, almost like, I mean, it's a real awakening here. It's not just a metaphor. It's not just people saying, oh, we're going to the fifth, you know, a new dimension. It's happening. You look and there's people existing in different universes, different paradigms on this, you know, as you walk down the street, believing completely different things as you, see the world completely different, and are having completely opposite, maybe, experiences. And this is the time I feel like for you guys to really choose, even as I say that, choose to be positive. Because I'm feeling you're choosing, you're actively praying for what you want, and I'm seeing the frustration. I'm just a reader. I know, don't shoot the messenger, but I feel like there's something here that is opening up. It is changing for you. And I feel like if anything, this message is to say, hang in there, because you'll see why it happened. You'll see the new direction, and you'll have that, I feel like hope by the end of this month. For some of you, I also feel like it's almost like the weight of, like if you're going like through financial difficulties, I feel like somehow this could be lessening and lightening. I think, I mean, don't get me into like, I could go completely down the rabbit hole of, you know, Social Security numbers being traded on the stock. You know, there's just a lot of hidden energy, hidden knowledge about us. And it, even as I'm saying this, it feels kind of icky. I feel like a lot of people will uncover this, and I feel like people realize that we're actually very wealthy. And this kind of comes with this new age of Aquarius that we're kind of entering. I mean, right now, it feels like, as I'm saying this, I'm seeing a big rock. It's almost like a mountain with a hole in it. It feels like a portal. I feel like it's choosing in a conscious way to go through this and have, it's asking you, like, as you step through this, what is the experience that you want to have? And as you step through this, it's almost like, oh, what's his name? Atreyu in A Never-Ending Story, as he passes those two pillars. I don't remember his name. I feel like that's it. And it's almost like everything that's not truth within you, it's kind of like the death card. Everything that's not truth, it falls away. It can't pass. And you've been doing a lot of like just, you know, necessary heavy lifting within the soul. I want to say, give yourself a pat on the back. We just entered the Chinese New Year. Double check. And I feel like different cosmologies, it's always interesting. It gives us different insight. Check what animal you are. See what this year of the dragon has for you. Use this to your best abilities. You know, I feel like even if it's just gaining perspective, use this for you, because you are having a rebirth in some sort of major way. This, I mean, it's this whole new cycle. It's really positive. It's really exciting. I feel like it's just beginning though. It might even be like dreams coming in. It might even be just like a note that hints in a direction or a message. It feels like it's gaining momentum though. And this to me feels like it aligns with your spiritual path and higher purpose. And it's coming in slow because it stands the test of time. There's something about this that has permanence, I guess, to it. So if you've been really struggling with finding a new work or finding a partnership, there's something that's It's coming in slow, but I feel like an immense appreciation for it when it comes in, and there's permanence to it. 10 of Wands, you've been required to look within. You've been required to let go of this stuff. I mean, a lot of us are just shedding all of this karmic stuff. We're realizing who we are. It's happening with, look at the Schumann resonance. It's just increasing. It's unavoidable. And it's frustrating sometimes with the Hermit card crossing. That's my least favorite card position for you in this reading with the 9 of Wands under it. I get it. Boy, do I get it. But you're coming here to this reading, it's telling me, because the Chariot, you're ready for things to move forward. Give me a sign, I'll take it. I'll go with it. Give me something to work with, I'll work with it. Know what you want. That's in your power, Queen of Swords. I also feel like, this is also be welcoming. Don't be the Queen of Swords in reverse. Don't be afraid to ask for what you want. Know what you want first and foremost. You've done the reflection. These two are the base energies of this reading. The root, the Moon and the Queen of Swords. Very sharp, very clear about your truth. And when you do this, what's, the overarching kind of energy here that's shining down on everything, you get the Page of Wands and the Judgment. You get a new direction and it gives you life. I feel like you're no exception. Everybody's kind of getting these types of reading this month. It's very interesting. It might have to do with, it's just Pisces season, but we are going through it all together. This is the time where, 2024 is massive awakening, massive coming together of the collective. It's going to be so much nicer. How again, it's no fun to be walking down the street and people live in different dimensions. That's no fun. All right, messages for Pisces that would be helpful for them this month in their life. For the month of March for Pisces, the mystical shaman. And the journey wanted to fall out, but I feel drawn to read the mystical shaman. The shaman sees through the dimensions. The shaman manages different dimensions. He goes into them, helps people heal in different dimensions, different layers. Beautiful. Let's read it. Give me a second to find it. Yep, opened right up to it. All right, so the essence. This is the symbol of the myth maker and storyteller, who is neither made nor defined by the story. Instead, he observes it, evolves through it, perceives all aspects of it. In doing so, the mystical shaman represents the ability to dream a new story, a new myth into being. He dances between worlds, wearing the cloak of the world loosely around his shoulders, and sings the world into being. He reminds us to be in the world and to travel through it, but not to be defined by it or to become too attached to the experience. This is the symbol of true alchemy. For all elements of life have a spiritual aspect and a material one. When we remember this, all manner of miracles and manifestations are possible. Yeah, focus on what you want. I know that's like typical manifestation. Like, it just feels so important right now because I feel like we're at, when you're, how do I explain this? Expanded consciousness. It's not just being able to be so in the ooey gooey goodness. It's the darkness. It's going even further darker. Can I handle it without my psyche breaking? That's how the shaman trains. That's what I've been doing for 8 years, 9 years now. It got to the point where I thought I was going to go crazy. And maybe I did. No, but seriously, there's only so much the human mind can handle when going and learning and training in the infinite. And this is where I feel like you have to stretch your imagination and dream this new dream for yourself in ways that you weren't even able to dream or see that might even be possible for you, and hold that knowingness within your heart. It says the invitation. When the mystical shaman appears, you're invited to consider the ability to live without attachment. You're called to create and dream your life, to act on inspiration and divine impulse without fixating on a known story of success or achievement. Can you impartially observe the stories you tell yourself and others? What if you could become a mystery to yourself? Who would you become if you stopped telling the tales that have defined you up till now? You do not have to live in a story that has roots in the past. What if there were no need to explain to anyone, not even yourself? The way to your most extraordinary life is to become a blank slate and allow the form of your dreams and desires to show up as it will. This is a sign of manifesting a life beyond your wildest dreams. Wow. The medicine. Be careful what you pray for. The mystical shaman cautions you against relentless attachments to a certain form that you think will make you happy, prosperous, famous, loved, etc. However, in seeing your dream coming into being, you have considered what you were willing to sacrifice it for. Were you willing to see this? Perhaps you have been telling yourself a certain story for so long. The story that only when you reach this particular goal will you be happy, that you will arrive. You didn't even notice you're no longer the person who wanted those outcomes. You may have moved beyond those stories, because it's time to admit to yourself that you need to imagine a new story that is more in alignment with who you have become. This is just one moment in millions of moments in the continuum of life. Let it go. Let it be just a story and move on. Better tales are waiting to be told. Yeah, this is whenever I pray, I used to pray for stuff or for people. I pray for a blessing. I feel like that's the safest bet. In the infinite of unknown, please bring me a blessing. In the infinite knowing. And I know what I need. But I'm open to miracles as well. Magical. The unseen, the unknown to me. Beautiful. Yeah, this is like Make-A-Wish energy. You know, when you blow out your candles for your birthday, just ask for a blessing or whatever you want. Just be careful, it says. Make sure it's what you really want and not a potential new detour in your life. Because again, it's a powerful time to manifest. All right, I'm going to end this here, Pisces. I hope you enjoyed this. It's always a pleasure reading for you guys. Thank you guys. Last month, I don't even know how I did it. I think I turned on super chats and a lot came through. I mean, my goodness, I'm so thankful for it. Hopefully I said thank you to everybody that said something. I'm trying to still figure it out, but yeah, really, really thankful for that. So, and I appreciate all of you that have been here over the years. You guys have been wonderful teachers for me as well, going through this journey of opening my intuition. So I hope you'll be back. Definitely like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. And I will see you guys soon with another reading. All right, bye, Pisces.